Hi everyone, it's Andrew here at Lead Candidate, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Brent Ryals from GBI Bio. Brent, thanks very much for giving up some of your time to speak to us today.
Thank you very much.
And what I'd like to start with, Brent, very simply, is perhaps you can just tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do here at GBI.
Yeah, I'm the Vice President of Quality at GBI. So I have the honor of leading both the QC and the compliance, QA compliance teams at GBI. And been doing that for 3 months. I'm relatively new to GBI. But I've actually been in big pharma for over 30 plus years. Typically in large-scale commercial manufacturing. So this has been a great change for me and a great opportunity to join a company that's making the transition from early phase to commercial manufacturing at a much smaller scale, which allows me, which I think is great because it allows us the opportunity to drive change so much quicker and so much faster. Big pharma is great, don't get me wrong, that's where I came from, but it's really fun to be part of such an exciting journey and take people that's never been to commercial manufacturing to be able to lead them to that journey because it's so impactful. I mean, we have great jobs in the pharmaceutical industry. We make medicines that impact so many people's lives. I tell everyone it's extremely exciting to be part of that and be able to have a job that you come to work that's really not a job because you help so many people.
Yeah, totally agree with you. And I think that's really interesting because you come from that big pharma world. You've seen what that looks like, a big scale commercial manufacturing. Maybe tell our viewers a little bit about the kind of businesses that you work for and sort of how your career progressed through those businesses.
Yeah, early on in my career, I actually started on the bench in QC. I started running samples, releasing batches, and doing that, and kind of worked my way up from that. Went into QA proper. What I say is more the compliance piece, the internal auditing, the supplier QA. And then actually I'm a little bit unique, Andrew, in the fact that I took a hiatus from quality and went into manufacturing for 10 years. So I got to lead a new project from the manufacturing side of things, from the setting of the brand of new equipment to the final delivery of a 24/7 manufacturing, a 24/5 packaging facility. And we manufactured products worldwide. So not only did we have the FDA compliance, but we had MHRA, EMA, Canada, Saudi Arabia. I mean, that was a wonderful experience to take a product, not only from the beginning to patient, but also do it on a worldwide scale. Very proud of that team. So again, a little bit unique. I've done both large and small scale molecule manufacturing. So it's been, and then back to quality now. And so I've kind of made the journey full circle. And I encourage people to absolutely consider, going outside. It's absolutely nothing wrong with staying your entire career in quality. That's a lot of fun. But when you get to go to the other side and be in other people's shoes, I think you see a different perspective. And it just, the whole business picture makes a lot better sense to you when you can see it through the eyes and through what other people have to deliver. It's very easy in this industry to become siloed and to become, only focus on what you have at hand. But I really think for us to be successful and to be dynamic and to be what we're going to be required of in the future, we absolutely have to see the business as from end to end for all of us. And that not just quality and not just manufacturing or not just maintenance, but everyone needs to be engaged and everyone needs to be part of the team.
Yeah, no, I think you make some really, I imagine it gives you a really interesting perspective to how you lead your teams today, having been on both sides of the bench, if you like.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really neat. Now, I tell people that's not for everyone, right? I get it, but I really encourage people. I'd actually encourage people to spend a little time going to the FDA and working for them, because that gives you a total different perspective on what it's like to come and audit from their eyes versus from the manufacturing eyes to when we get and have an audit. I mean, I tell everybody, I really am a little bit disappointed in our industry because we are not to the same level in the operational excellence world as an automotive manufacturing facility, right? If I tell everybody in a pharma is setting that we have a deviation or that we need a kappa, people react differently to that news than they do in the automotive industry.
Yeah.
The automotive industry is 10 to 15 years ahead of us in that understanding that when they have a deviation in an automotive industry, they celebrate. They are absolutely, because they have an opportunity to fix something that'll never happen again. That
Yeah.
entire philosophical belief is different from what I see in our industry. So I think we have lots of opportunities to change that. And I believe we can make up that ground quickly, but we absolutely have to understand that deviations are not all bad. They're an opportunity for us to fix something,
Yeah, absolutely.
to absolutely, from a business standpoint, to be successful in that, and to protect the patient.
No, I definitely agree with you. I think if you're failing, you're learning, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's that kind of mantra. Listen, tell me a little bit about GBI then, and I think principally, obviously, based out plantation in Florida, great site. But tell me, what was it that made you say, yeah, this is where I want to be?
Well, obviously, I did some research into GBI, and I really, the culture, the realization that from the floor level to the CEO of the company, there's only a few footsteps in the staircase. Andrew, that was huge for me. At Big Pharma, our CEO could come to the site, and I don't think there would be very few people that would recognize who he was or she was. At this facility, our leadership team here is engaged all the way down to the day-to-day activities. That was very, very attractive to me because, again, I'm like, I can drive change quickly here.
Yeah.
We have everyone that we need to have in the room to make a decision. And the huge thing with Big Pharma is the paralysis that it takes so long. If you listen to any CEO from any of the top 10 major pharmaceutical companies, the one thing that they're going to tell you is we need to be relentless at driving change much quicker, that we don't have that opportunity. And that's very, very attractive for me here at GBI, the fact that we have that. And to be honest with you, Andrew, I've actually worked with some of the men and women that are at this facility and at other companies. That was extremely attractive. And then to talk to some of the former employees and to network into that and get to them to tell me about the history. GBI's been around for 20 plus years.
Yeah, absolutely.
For a small company to have gone through all that tells you a lot about their DNA, so to speak, right?
Yeah, that resilience.
Their resilience and the fact that where they're going to go in the future. I mean, to me, that was all very, very exciting. And I like to mentor and I like to teach. And at this stage in my career, I feel like I can be valuable to an organization with my experiences. But also, every place I go, I've always learned something. I tell everybody, you're never too old to learn something. And to me, it's a two-way street to be able to do that.
No, I think that's awesome. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So tell me, you mentioned culture. You mentioned culture in that sort of assessment. How would you describe? I appreciate you've only been there 3 months, but how would you describe the culture as you see it today? And perhaps the second part to that question is, how do you think it's going to evolve as the business evolves?
Well, I mean, obviously we have a culture here of patient safety, patient first. And we have a culture that people are willing to raise their hand when they see something that needs to be fixed or needs to be changed. That is unbelievable that, we have people that are willing to do that. I've had people stop me and say, hey, Brent, we have an SOP that I don't know that is, exactly what we need. How wonderful is that? Andrew, I've been at facilities where people would have an issue and have a problem and be reluctant to say something to somebody. I mean, I can't fix what I don't know, right? And so it's critically important for me to know what my role and what I'm responsible for is ensuring that we have the right team, we have the right people, and that I can create a culture that has everyone being successful. And also that we, have the ability that to come to work and to do something I think extremely impactful. Even with a small group of people, I believe we can make great things happen here. And that comes through meeting from the first time you walk through the doors here at GBI. I think that just radiates with the people here. And I think that's just extremely exciting to be part of that. I'm proud and honored to be part of the team.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So what do you think, if you think about the months ahead, and you think, we talked a little bit, maybe about how the culture will evolve, but what do you see as being the kind of the really exciting things that are happening over the months ahead for GBI?
So GBI is under a very large retrofit of the facility, the manufacturing facility. So the men and women that are going to be in manufacturing are going to have a brand new facility to work in, which is always fun. We are absolutely increasing our client base here at GBI. So that means more products that are coming. So all the fun things that come with the growth, rapid growth and change are happening all at one time at GBI. So that's a lot of fun. And don't get me wrong, that's going to be a lot of challenges, but it's an opportunity for people to join us, for people to be here that really, truly want to make a difference and be part of something special. I mean, in my 30 years, I can remember all of the great things that we've been able to accomplish. And I tell everyone, even for new product launches, you don't get that many of them. So when you get one, you want to make it the best it can be, because then you'll be telling the stories like I get to tell. Hey, guys,
Yeah.
we did this. And that's what is so fun, to be exciting. And to see the look on people's face at GBI, some of our younger associates, when they come in and you empower these people to do things and to make decisions. Just to see, the way that they respond to that, to me, is truly special. And I feel like at the end of the day, when I look at these young people, I have no idea where they're going to be in 20 years, but I can see people being potential CEOs or working on a project that creates, that leads to a cancer breakthrough. I mean, how fun is it going to be for them?
Yeah,
so I think it's absolutely critical that we give them the tools and we give them that initial start in this industry that's going to carry them through for their career.
That's brilliant. So if you had, sort of building on that, if you had one message for somebody watching this video and they're perhaps thinking GBI could be a business that I want to go and work for, that I want to have a career with, what advice would you give them if they were considering GBI as a career option?
I would definitely encourage them to research our website, research our business, and to absolutely understanding. I don't think that we have a ceiling right now, Andrew. I think that we are at that stage where everything is possible. A lot of companies you go to, I couldn't say that to. That's not necessarily bad, but you would be joining a company that your upside is unlimited. And so therefore, I don't know who would not want to join us, Andrew. I don't know who would not want to be part of the team where I tell you, when you come in here, you don't have any restrictions, guys. We can do lots and lots of stuff. We have lots of opportunities here. So therefore, I just think this is I call it a target-rich environment, Andrew. We have all of the things going on. It's very, very easy to find something special and something to be part of.
Yeah, I think, listen, great message, Brent. And thank you very much for taking some time out. I know what is an incredibly hectic schedule to share some of your views and experiences. And as you say, GBI has got a range of opportunities which people can access, and they can take a look at and express their interest and apply online at their website, on the LinkedIn page, or at the lead candidate LinkedIn page as well. Brent, thank you so much for sharing your views with us, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew.